John here, bringing you the tabletop review of the Warsport LVOA. So we already did the introduction video, which was just a quick overview of what you get. Now I'm actually going to show you all the individual parts. So starting from the stock, you get a B5 Systems enhanced SOP mod stock. Stock's pretty good. The only thing I really don't like about it so far is how grippy this rubber pad is. This thing sticks to everything like glue, which in some situations is good, but when you're working in and around vehicles and stuff like that, it snags on everything. But that's just, some minor little detail. So that's something that can easily be changed if it's not for you. Plus, I'm so used to shooting CTR stocks that don't have this enhanced cheek weld. So for me, it's just something I'm not used to. I probably will end up swapping it out for a CTR or maybe just leave it the way it is. Not too sure yet, we'll see what happens. And then moving on to the rear, you do get a quick disconnect end plate, which I'm not sure if you need to see. You get a quick disconnect end plate for your different sling attachment options. So that's always a good option to have. That's where I run all my single points from. So it's nice that they put that on there straight out of the box. Next thing is going to be a Battle Arms Development Ambi Safety. It's 45 degrees, so that takes some getting used to. Everything I'm used to running is a 90-degree safety. So it's just, like I said, a little bit to get used to. It's not a downfall at all. And of course, I love these safeties like there's no tomorrow. Next is going to be a CMC flat trigger single stage. I don't know if they make anything but a single stage. I haven't really researched that aspect of it too much, but most of my carbines, actually all my carbines, have a Geisley Super Dynamic Combat, which is a 2-stage trigger, and I absolutely love that trigger. So this is taking some getting used to as far as how the trigger resets and how there is zero uptake whatsoever. Other than that, it brakes really well, so really it's just an adjustment for me, for my personal preference. For you guys that love single stages, this trigger rocks. Next is going to be an Orion Ambi Mag Catch with a Seekins enhanced magazine release button, which is right here. Most of you guys, I'm sure, have seen this or are running these. These things rock because they give you such a positive grip, and a lot of those lower parts kits come with plastic mag buttons. Some come with metal ones. This one obviously is machined, so that's very nice. But the Ambi Mag Release, this is one of the nicer setups that I've seen. A lot of them have different paddles and all kinds of crazy stuff. They incorporated the magazine release for the Ambi right on a standard mag catch, so it works really well. All they did was add basically a pivot point and then a little bit of lines there to grip it, so you can just release the magazine there. Really nice setup, really like this part. Next is going to be their bolt catch. I did some research on it. I couldn't find anywhere where this part is made, so I'm safe to assume that it's probably an in-house part. Bolt catch rocks. It reminds me exactly of the Seekins bolt catch. The Seekins one has a bunch of knurling on it, which makes it really nice to grip, but they just put some big thick lines in there. It works just as well. It's awesome. They also gave you enhanced pivot and takedown pins. I know there's not much to see on this side. They just have small little indentions, but on the takedown pin, there's actually some knurling that runs around it. Plus, there's a cutout right here that really gives you the ability to get underneath and pull it up. So it makes it really easy to take the takedown pin out. And then the pivot pin is just as bedazzled, basically. It does make it a little bit easier to grip because of the head that they give you on it. Plus it has some dimples that run around and give you that kind of that golf ball effect. What else? A Raptor Ambi charging handle. I'm sure a lot of you guys are already running these. This is actually one of my first Raptor charging handles. I played with it, but this will be the first that I have on a rifle that I own. The setup's awesome. It really works well. I'm used to just running BCM charging handles, so this is a nice change and it works really well. I'm sure you guys are probably running the hell out of them already. So what's next? Magpul Maya grip. You can see they changed all the colors on it to match all the other colors that go with the carbine. So you get the Maya grip, Magpul Pro backup iron sights, front and rear, and an XTM hand stop. Now I've run the hand stop for a while and actually ended up replacing it with BCM shorty vertical grips. The hand stop's nice, it really is. It works well, but it's just, there's so many situations where I wish I had a vertical grip, so I just went back to running those. But for you guys that love them, it's all set. Now I know that in my previous video where I showed the upper in the bag, I said that it had a top stop in it. The top stop is manufactured by Raven Concealment. Apparently I was completely wrong on that because I was just taking it out of the box and talking. That's actually a Warsport part. It's called their bolt saver. So you get that when you purchase the rifle as well. Moving forward, the rail bungee. This is an awesome setup. I really like this. Running paracord through the rail slots is nothing new, but the paracord, when it gets hot, it just breaks and then it burns onto your barrel. Well, they solve that by using bungee. So when it breaks, it just unwinds, so it doesn't really melt to the barrel at all. Plus, I like the fact that with paracord, when it was tied down, it was very snug. You basically had to run it a little bit loose. This is tight, so you can run it as tight as you want, then run whatever lights connections, whatever you got going on there underneath this, and it retains it perfectly. Now, one thing you will notice is on both sides of mine, I don't have the rail bungee stops, if that's what you want to call them. When I picked this carbine up, both of mine were broken. So I contacted Warsport with a quick picture and email. 2 days later, this is what I got. Brand new in the package, no questions asked. Sorry about your fiasco, which that's awesome customer service if you ask me. So that's awesome. Moving more forward, top hat compensator. Now the earlier generation had the battle comp. Battle comp worked well, the top hat works even better. Plus, you know, not to mention it also looks way better. But that's not why we run it. We don't run it because it looks cool, we run it because it works. And the top hat is no exception to that. Now there's a lot to cover when it comes to the top hat and the rail system. I'm actually gonna make a separate video just for that because there is so much information, and I'm gonna do a lot of night shooting and stuff with it to show you guys the benefits of it, because that's what this was designed for. That's what LVOA stands for, low visibility operations application. So I wanna show you guys that it works. Other than that, the barrel, 1 1/8 twist, 14.7 with a pin and welded top hat. Weight by Warsport is claimed to be 7 pounds. That's probably pretty accurate. It feels a lot heavier than it is, and it's only because of all this extra material up here. That's really the only reason why it feels like it weighs a ton, because there's a lot of mass up front here, which isn't a bad thing. Once I get into the discussion of the rail, why it's there, why it's designed the way that it is, you'll understand why. So that's pretty much it for the tabletop. Stay tuned for the night shooting, the overall shooting, you know, just the utter abuse of this thing, and it's going to be a lot of fun. So hope you enjoyed. Thanks.